This episode of the podcast is brought to you by my beer mug. Man, that was rough because I got the two screens on separate sides. Hi, welcome to Social Outcasts, episode 8. I am your host, sad and lonely. And here's my co-host. Sorry.
Oh, you're talking to me.
Yeah, you.
Okay. Oh, I thought with the sad and lonely, you were implying that you'd just prefer to do the show by yourself.
No. It's a joke. Oops.
Okay. Oh, we just heard ourselves there. So,
Gotta feed it back through the Yeti microphone.
we are coming at you live from the land of Livonia, Michigan. It's round 2 of the recording for Games Lost to the Ages, Secret Weapons over Normandy.
And the crappy snow. Holy crap.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It's actually not that bad.
Last week, that snowstorm, though.
Yeah. Funny fact. So, my grandparents called me and said, hey, if you want, you can come over and stay here so that way you don't have that far to drive. And I said, no, I'll be fine. I'll just get up early and whatnot, and we'll be set. So I get up. I leave at like 5:45, 5:50. I work at 7. No, yeah, I left at 5:40. I had to go out, clear off my car. And by the time I cleared off my car, it was already heating up. Go back inside, grab everything else, run back outside, get on the road. By the time I get to work, it is 6:20. I got there 40 minutes early, and I had to sit and wait. My boss wasn't even there because he went out on a run. I don't know who runs in the snow, but props to him because he's been running every single day, twice.
See, I wouldn't do that, though, because the cold air is not good for you at all.
Oh, no, not at all. I made that mistake. Put myself into a coughing fit, for the rest of the night one time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got snow last week. It was starting to come down when I was on my way home from here, which was funny because you said, snow? I don't see any snow. The news was lying. As soon as I get home, it's actually starting to come down. I snapped a picture of it and sent it to you. I'm like, so it begins.
Yeah, and it didn't stop for 24 hours.
Yeah, no.
It just started coming down like crazy. So I went over to a friend's place to watch the football game, and then we went out and played football in the snow, which is a ton of fun because you get to go up, catch the ball, and then come crashing down and make these plays just look glorious as the snow bursts all around you and everything, and you act like you're professionals and doing fancy plays, dive forward with the ball and everything. Really fun. And then after that, I tried to get home, and I decided to attempt to leave the way that I normally do, which is pull into a driveway, turn around, and go back. That was a mistake because the driveway is actually situated a foot, it's on an incline, and it ends up being almost a foot lower than the road.
Lower or higher?
Lower. So it goes down into a ditch kind of.
Oh no.
So
oh, no.
I missed it and slid and nearly hit one of their posts. Missed it by maybe an inch. And then I was stuck. I couldn't move because I couldn't reverse up a hill.
Oh no.
In the snow. So I got my friend and his sister and a neighbor that come out and help me, and it took a half hour, and we finally got it out of there somehow, some way. It was so bad, though, my car could not even, the engine would just stall out because it wasn't moving.
That
It was
sucks.
just you just put on the gas and it would just stall, and that was it. I'm like, oh my God.
That's weird. It's a brand new car, isn't it?
But no, it's because it couldn't move because there was so much snow opposing it.
Right.
The energy that the engine was trying to output was getting completely counteracted to the point where it couldn't move, and it was just
redlining?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense now.
Exactly. So it's just...
So when I got home, what I did was I immediately went on Final Fantasy 15 and started playing.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't stop until about 8 o'clock in the morning. So I put in a decent amount of time. I got home at 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I might have recorded 1 or 2 Final Fantasy 8 videos. Did 15 for maybe about a solid 6 hours. By the time Chrissy's mom got up and left for work, I looked outside, completely covered. It looked like we were on Hoth. I'm like, well, I'm not going anywhere today.
You should have played the Star Wars Battlefront game then, on the snow maps and everything.
I do have that on Steam. Yeah, that might be a thing I might do.
Well, it's snowing outside, so why not play a game with lots of snow in it? You know,
Right.
the game my game of choice with all the snow in it would be Skyrim. I know how much you hate that game, though. But there's lots of really big snowscapes in that game.
It's not so much that I hate it, it's just that I'm over it.
You hate the fact that you spent so much of your life playing it.
100 hours on one character. It's not as bad as what Chrissy did. 400.
That's it? 100? I put in like 150, 200 on my main character, and then I had about 5 other characters.
Yeah, I had a Hawkeye character where he was only allowed to use a bow.
Oh, okay.
So it was really funny because I got that like times 30 sneak attack damage if you're like from a distance.
Yeah.
So, and I got really good at using a bow to where I would just literally run away from something if it was close encounters, turn right back around, go in to sneak really quick and just fire off a shot, just trying to get like some sort of sneak attack. Yeah, that was pretty fun.
I did for one of the characters, because I was still playing League of Legends at the time a ton. I did Katarina the assassin, and I like even came up with like a backstory for her, like where it's like, because in Skyrim all the characters look like they're older, so it's like 20 years after the League of Legends closed mysteriously, wandering character Katarina had nothing to do and ended up in the northern lands of a foreign continent, about to get executed, and then a dragon comes in. Remember those?
She's like, ooh, gold.
Yeah, exactly. So I played the assassin route, and I never realized how like awesome the poisons are at the beginning of the game. Because like you get like the frostbite venom, and you just like hit somebody, and you just see their health disappear.
And they're frozen too, aren't they?
Yeah, they get like
they
frozen.
get paralyzed.
They get paralyzed, and like they just, I'm like, dang, this is amazing.
Did I did I ever tell you what Chrissy did with her character?
No, what?
At one point in time, this was her 400-hour character. I caught her wandering around like a dwarven ruin and whatnot. She was over encumbered though, so she was walking really slow.
Awful.
And so I said, hey, why don't you drop some of the useless crap and whatnot? She's a hoarder in that game. Like, she picks up everything.
That's terrible.
It's bad. Yeah.
That's really bad.
I'm like, hey, why don't you go through and you drop some of that useless crap, run off and, like, drop some of your stolen crap off at Riften. You're right there. And she's like, yeah, okay, I might do that. She goes through, and then I, like, went and did something. Was gone for like a half hour, 45 minutes, came back. She was still doing it. I'm like, here, why don't you let me do this? I looked at the weight. Guess what it was?
10,000.
3,000.
Okay.
But still, she only had like 400. She had 400 max weight, and it was 3,000 that she was
Your
carrying.
character should just like die. Their back should just like break.
You know
like,
what?
"Whoa!" And then that's it.
Funny enough, there's another game out there called Ark Survival where if you go up to a certain point, you start walking slowly. Or, no, you're not able to jump. Go up to the next point, you start walking slowly. The next one is, you're over encumbered, you can't move. And whatnot. You literally just have to start chucking crap out. Doesn't even matter.
Maybe you can, like, if you have pants in your inventory, you can actually, like, try to eat them.
Oh my god, back again with that. I still haven't played any more of that, and it kind of pisses me off.
You know what? I should get back into that game, too. That was...
Dragon fin soup? That's so ridiculous.
It was great, though, because we got it for free, somehow.
PlayStation members.
Is that what it
PlayStation
is?
Plus members.
Okay.
Like every so often, every month, really, it rotates out in what free games they have.
Okay. Xbox does that.
Yeah.
Free games with gold. Yeah, okay.
But except, like, when you download it, you can actually keep it. I don't know if it's the same way with Xbox.
Yeah, it is. You can just get it for free permanently.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but only while they're offering it.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay.
Funny thing is that I was actually charged $60, like, a couple weeks ago through the PlayStation Network. And it was one of the nights where I wasn't home a lot, and I did not touch the PlayStation at all. And I just went right back to bed and whatnot. That was it. So Chrissy was on the PlayStation, so I'm like, the hell did she buy? And I looked at it, and it's like, thank you for purchasing PlayStation Plus membership for the next 12 months. I'm like, okay, it's just the just the auto renew.
All right, yeah.
Because it happened, like, early October. So it was actually a while ago, but that's when I bought Destiny and whatnot, and you had to have online for that.
Yeah.
But thank God I don't do that anymore.
Dragon Fin Soup, though, is if you've never heard of it, it's a game. First of all, it's a game made by developers that call themselves the Grimm Brothers.
Oh yeah,
which
that's
is,
like
which
the
is
best
kind of
part.
amazing because it's based on fairy tales.
You play an alcoholic, pissed off Red Riding Hood who uses a shotgun and various weapons that she finds in the dungeons.
Shotgun to the face is a very viable option in that game.
Yes, it is.
You also get bombs.
Yep.
You can set bombs. You can shoot people in the face with a shotgun.
You can shoot the bombs to blow up in people's faces.
You can shank people with different weapons.
And it's a really weird style, like turn-based real-time strategy.
So it's a roguelike game, but the way it works is you move like from square to square, and
that counts as a turn.
It counts as a turn, and then all the computers make their move
simultaneously.
But it's simultaneous. So as soon as you make a move, everything around you updates. But that's it until you move again. So if you want to, you can play the game completely methodical. Take one step, think about your next move, take another step. Or you can just haphazardly run around and play it almost as if it's a real-time game.
Yeah, it gives that illusion that it's real-time.
It's technically turn-based, but you can make the turns happen so quickly that it's like a real-time game. Or you can play it ultra slow and think, I'm going to do this.
That would just drive me nuts.
And it's really... They have a story mode, which I think is actually really involved and long, and it's... I
started playing
the general
through
storyline's like roughly the same, but it's all procedurally generated. So
the areas are, but they always connect to something else.
The quests I think are always the same, but the areas are procedurally generated.
Like I went into the endless dungeon, I think.
Yeah,
and so
that's
like
a different game mode though.
Yeah, but like I went into the endless dungeon. I cleared out the first floor, and everything was like 5 to maybe like 10. At most, and I only had one way to go. So I went to that one route. I'm only like level 3 or 4. I get to it, and it's like level 30s, and I just die immediately. I'm like, well, there goes that dungeon run.
Yeah, so when you get beat up, the only way to recover your health is to drink alcohol. And if you drink too much...
You go into a drunken rage, which is hilarious. I had no clue what it was. But it's like, she gets so pissed off because she's been drinking. She just goes into a blind rage, and you cannot control her until that meter goes down. Mm-hmm. Like, well, that's a thing.
Yeah.
I, like, went off on, like, 4 or 5 skeletons where it just went through so fast, and then she's, like, at a quarter health, and she literally just killed, like, 5 things, and she's running around in a circle now.
Mm-hmm. So... The reason why we got into this topic, though, is because this game apparently loves to troll you. Mm-hmm. So it's like a typical RPG game. You can find items for every part of your body, literally every part of your body, including undergarments, even.
Oh God.
Which is totally ridiculous, but...
Honest to God, there was a micro bikini that was stronger than, like, a chest plate piece of armor.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
not seeing it. Not seeing it.
I don't know about this, but sure. I'm going to go with the defense on this one because it doesn't change looks, so I can't say that.
But anyway, so anything in your inventory, or at least clothing items, are consumable, right?
Not everything.
Not everything? Okay.
It's weird. It, like, picks and chooses.
Okay, that's what it is. It picks and chooses.
It's something like that because, like, there was a rock that I could eat.
Yeah, so
honest to God,
like,
rock.
So it shows like a fork and knife symbol, which like represents consume it. So this guy's like showing off the game to me. He's like, "Hey, this is really cool. You know, look at this game and everything." I'm like, "That's great. Does that say you can eat that?"
And it was a pair of pants. It was, what was it? Old rusty.
It was like old ragged jeans or something.
Yeah, old ragged jeans. I'm like, I don't know. I want to know what happens. Curiosity killed the cat. Well, curiosity consisted of eating a pair of pants and dying.
You instantly die, and it's like, you died because you tried to eat a pair of pants. Ew. Or something like that.
Such a massive laughing fit, and so ridiculous.
So then this guy gets trolled even more by the game. He's going through, he finds this item.
It's, honestly, I think it was a legendary ring.
It was a legendary ring called the Ring of Certain Death.
And it was, like, plus 60 to all my stats.
Yeah, your stats, it gives you, like, plus 60 to... If I remember correctly, it gives you plus 60 to all of your offensive stats, and then like minus 60 to all your defense.
Right.
So it's supposed to make you a glass cannon, basically.
Right. So that's what we thought.
So, and the description, it says, rumor has it that those who wear this ring are sure to die, or something like that. We're like, oh, that makes sense, because if you get hit once, you're dead, basically.
Yeah. So we're thinking it's like, all right, so it's not going to kill us. It's going to kill us if we go into combat with it. I'm going to put it on. Put it on, and it's just, you died. I'm like, the shit?
Yep. As soon as you equip it, boom, you're just instantly dead. You don't even get a chance to like take it off or anything.
You can't move as soon as it goes on.
As soon as you put it on, you're cursed. You're dead.
Oh my god. It's a fun ass game though.
But I haven't played it in such a long time.
I remember I just sat there and like stared at it. You're laughing your ass off. We're sitting at your house.
Yeah.
You're laughing like a lunatic. I'm just staring at it, super pissed. I'm like, really? Come on.
I think you were on a good run there too.
I was too. I was
you found
pretty
a legendary item. So I mean, yeah.
So I was pretty far. I had a decent loadout, and I kept finding ammo. And it's like, Ring of Certain Death. No, that means it will immediately kill you. Okay.
So spoiler, if you play that game, don't equip the Ring of Certain Death and don't eat a pair of pants. I think that's a lesson well learned.
There's a vandalism.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Like in the story mode,
sometimes you get trapped.
Yeah, in the story mode, you have 0 money to start with, and if you accidentally hit any object in town, you get charged a fine for vandalism.
Yeah, any destructible objects.
But the thing is, like when I played it, okay, so there's like a quest that happens where like a bunch of skeletons attack the town. Well, it's procedurally generated. So the skeletons spawn in random locations. In my case, they spawned like in the middle of a park, completely surrounded by trees. and it was literally surrounded to the point where it couldn't move, and you could not get to it, and you have to kill it to complete the quest.
Right.
And I'm like, seriously? So like you cut down a tree, the tree falls down on another tree, falls down on the skeleton, but then it falls on another tree, and then it just like. You complete the quest and you get like 50 gold, but like you did 500 gold.
Yeah, because it's like
damages.
130 per tree.
Yeah, or something like that. So I actually owed money. So I had like negative money or something like that.
So yeah, I think it's when you find gold in the dungeon, like it'll rebalance that negative.
Yeah.
So it's just like you don't get it, the town gets it.
Exactly.
That game's massive. There's a whole weapon upgrade system. So you can actually upgrade a specific weapon like you want to keep.
There's a whole crafting system with like 200 crafting ingredients or something.
Yep, there's a whole crafting system. There's the whole smithing where you take metal ingots to someone and they'll create armor for you, or you can even start creating the armor. There's a bunch of quests. There's like 15 different locations you can go to, I think. And like each of them is like a big dungeon where you dive down into it. Actually, no, I think there's more. I think it was a big ass map.
It was a huge map.
But like going through that, I think it would take forever.
Oh gosh, it takes so long to play that game. But I kind of want to play it again now, though. Now that we're talking about it, Dragon Fin Soup. That's what the game is called.
It's a fun game. I looked at it, I'm like, what the hell is this? When I first heard about it, Chrissy's like, oh yeah, Dragon Fin Soup's free. I'm like, the hell is that? And so, like, I think it honestly says, like, someone's trying to find the legendary recipe for Dragon Fin Soup. I think that's, like, one of the side quests or main quest lines you can go through.
Okay.
I think. Also, there's multiple characters you can unlock.
Yeah, it's...
I don't know what I did, but...
Somehow, it's like if you do really well on the...
Or if you do
freestyle
specific
mode or
actions,
something.
I think.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
So, like, I started the main quest line as someone completely different. I have no clue what her name was, but it wasn't
It
like,
wasn't
Red.
Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah, no.
With a shotgun.
That's also one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
What do they call it? They just call it like Red Robin or something like that.
I think it's Robin.
Robin?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it might be Robin.
Yeah.
Let me check really quick. But that game is ridiculous. But it came out.
Right, you get a dog at some point, or you
Yeah,
get a
the
wolf.
dog follows you.
You get a wolf,
Yep.
actually, more specifically.
Oh, it's on Steam.
I don't think it's free though. And at $20, that's not that bad. It's an indie game. That's about right.
Yeah. Plus, of how big it is too.
Initial release date November 3rd. Yeah, that was about the time. November 3rd, 2015. So that was like...
That was like brand new when it went free,
yeah,
too.
it was free when it was brand new. That was really strange.
Oh, yeah. Dragon Fin Soup.
Oh, yeah,
is a
there's
role-playing
magic.
game.
There's magic attacks in the game, too. You can, like...
Oh, that's right.
completely, like, melt enemies or freeze them into
Yeah.
ice or other stuff.
Red Robin.
Yeah, I was right. Red Robin.
Yum.
Yeah, really.
Let me grab a picture of this so I can put it up for you guys. It wasn't that funny. Kind of was, though. Where is it? Come on, quit derping up. Oh, no. Oh, there it is. I was wondering why it wasn't moving. I thought I froze my computer. Download original file. It's saved, I believe. So let's get this over here.
So, yeah, there you go.
That is Red Robin, everybody, and that is the main protagonist of Dragon Fin Soup.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how would you rate that game? Out of the little amount that you played it.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's really hard to give it a good rating because I played it very little. But honestly, I'd probably give it like 7 out of 10.
Right, that's about the same amount that people are giving it on Steam.
Yeah, I mean,
They gave it a
it's
6.
not perfect, but like, it's really good. I think
I could see why people gave it a 6. It's because
it's hard as hell.
It's hard as hell. I would say it's a unique
It's a
gameplay
element.
element.
It is very unique. I appreciated it. I like that aspect of it. I think the part that kind of annoyed me was I didn't have the patience to do the quests and stuff, and I definitely did not have the patience to like try and do the crafting system and everything, because there's all these crafting ingredients and they give you no recipes. Like
you can find recipes.
Yeah, you can find like one recipe when there's like literally tens of thousands of items that you could craft.
Apparently,
so it's like,
And then
You
not to
basically
mention
have to
upgrade them.
You would have to play the game for hours, gathering ingredients, storing them in your storeroom, and then just sitting there for hours, like brute force testing every possible combination. Like there's supposed to be some kind of
logic
to it. Yeah, so like you use like
metal ingot with
like
wood.
for clothing, you would have to have like cloth, and then like if you wanted armor, you would have to have like metal, and then if you
go
wanted
to
if you wanted gloves, you would have to have like rubber or latex or something, and so
I remember I had a lot of rings in that game, and I took them all back and I sold them all because they were useless as hell.
Yeah, but that's the other thing. It's designed so that you keep. It's kind of like Borderlands style, where it's like
keep upgrading
your stuff gets obsolete really quickly.
But there's also
so you'll be like level 8 or something, and you'll get the weapons have like a minimum level that you have to be to use it.
Oh yeah, there's
so
that
it's like. So you'll be like level 5, you'll pick up a level 8 item, keep it in your inventory, you'll reach level 8, use it, but then by the time you're like level 10 or 11, you're just like, it's useless, so you just throw it away, but you find like a new weapon and everything. So it just keeps building up.
There are 20 slots for armor.
And yeah, because it's like head, ears, neck, shoulders, arms, fists, torso.
There's 4 rings.
Yeah.
There's pair of pants.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can have 4 rings, the pair of shoes, the pants.
Like it's not just like, oh, you found a pair of shoes. No, it's you found one shoe.
Yeah, I think it is like that.
And then you found one glove, so you can literally walk around with one shoe on.
Yeah, exactly. So you can like completely accessorize with it. So it's a fun game. It's just like the other thing is that
there is
like,
a ton of content,
and I don't have the PlayStation 4 over here, so that's the other thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'd basically, if I want to play it, have to get it on the Steam, I think.
But in all honesty, when has your brother touched the PS4?
I don't know. As far as I know, I was the last one playing it with No Man's Sky. So
last time I played mine was last night for Final Fantasy 15 because I beat it. Boom. So whoever asked me that question, hey, when was the last time you actually beat a game? I don't remember if it was you or Chrissy.
It was probably me.
It was probably you.
Because I get on your case a lot. I get on my brother's case and your case a lot.
It was you then.
Buying games and then never even finishing them.
I sat down and played the shit out of that game.
Kind of like what you did with Dark Souls. You did that too.
That's the last game. I completely forgot about that.
I'm impressed with you. That's 2 games this year you've played the full completion.
Yep.
That's like a record for you. Usually,
it is.
Usually you play like 0 games the full completion.
I'll complete a game like every couple years.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm doing games Lost to the Ages, and I'm full playing these old games and everything.
Let's check out.
But that doesn't count. It's a little bit different.
Borderlands pre-sequel. When did that come out? Was it 2014?
Yeah.
Okay, so I beat a game in... It was probably 2015, though.
Yeah.
No, it was 2014. We sat down and
we beat the original Borderlands together
in like 2 weeks or something. It was maybe longer than that.
I think because I think what happened was it was like the first game I had on Steam.
Yeah.
Because they had like the entire game plus all the expansions for like
and it went
$8
free on a weekend.
Yeah. So we played it on the weekend, then bought it for like $8. And then played it.
Got the whole thing.
We played together for the first couple chapters, and then you got busy with work or whatever, and I just kept playing it.
Yeah.
And then you had to play catch up and everything.
And then by the time we finally caught up to each other, we were both on the final boss, and we couldn't kill it alone. We had to go at it together to actually kill the stupid thing.
Yeah. Remember when we tried to do one of the expansions too early? And we were like level 20s or something, and we were getting attacked by like level 50 ninjas or something like that. It was
the driving one.
Yeah, it was.
I
forget what it was called, but yeah, it was the driving one.
Was it Atlas something? I don't know, but
yeah,
I remember in that one, I'm running along ahead of you,
and I'm sitting back, like moving very cautiously because that's how I play shooter games. Like I move very cautiously and slowly. He's just like, oh, hey, look, a vehicle. I'm going to run out to that. I'm like, dude, you see those guys, right?
No. That wasn't it.
No?
It was, we hear this little boom, boom, like
Okay,
off
that's
in the
what it was.
distance.
Okay.
And I'm like, hey, did you hear that? Boom! Drops right on me. Scares the shit out of me. I'm like, what the hell was that? And he's just like, you didn't know about those? I saw them coming in. They were right above you. I'm like, seriously?
They're like
warn me next time.
Level 50 ninjas or something.
They come out. They murder
Killed
me.
us
I'm
in
like,
2 hits.
I don't think we're supposed to be here.
We played the zombie one, though.
That was the level 21.
Yeah, the zombie one was really fun, I remember.
It got really hard, though, at the end there with Dr. Zed.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Zed or
It was like
Ned?
Evils. That's what
It was Ned.
Yeah.
He literally just turned the freaking letter.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember we went in, we killed him immediately. Because,
And
we were too strong.
I thought it was so anticlimactic.
We're like, really? Credits start rolling.
We killed the guy in, 2 shots. Just like, bang, bang, we win, right?
Yeah. Credits start rolling, and then, the monster version just rips off the screen and yells at us. I'm like, okay. Well, I mean, we'll probably kill him really quickly. We get down there, and he just murders us.
Yeah. I think we had to, respawn several times to beat him.
And then you figured out a way to do it. You had a set path that you were doing that was really easy for you. And then I kept dying because I kept trying to get in there to do that with you.
Yeah.
But it was just too hard because he just kept branching off as soon as I dropped down. Mm-hmm. Killed me immediately. And then just ran back to you. And it was actually screwing you up, so I had to sit and wait.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I don't remember that part of it, but I don't doubt it. I remember you played the fist flying guy, and we would do the arena matches.
Oh yeah.
For the other expansion, and it would be like, go. Marshall would rush in, fist flying, surrounded by 30 enemies. I'd be sitting up on a mountainside sniping. He just gets down. I'm like, dude, I'm not helping you. I'm just gonna sit here and snipe. And so you would have to sit out for an entire round as I'm just picking headshots at these guys and everything.
I wasn't getting too bad at that. I remember we got, oh man, that was in Hellburbia. That was 45 minutes.
You actually secretly recorded it and didn't tell me.
Yeah.
And then is that still on our channel?
Probably is.
I think it is. That's still.
It most likely is. There's no way I took it down.
I didn't take it down, I don't think, either.
But yeah, 45 minutes of Hellburbia.
And you didn't tell me we were recording until we were 40 minutes in.
No, I think we were finished. I'm like,
Okay.
well, I recorded that. And you're like, really? Okay. You're so uninterested because of how long and stupid that was.
Yeah, there was so many rounds to it. It was
It was
ridiculous.
5 rounds of 5. So it was 25 sets of enemies, and every 5 it was a massive boss.
Yep.
And I remember we got trapped with the guy with the
There it is.
laser rifle or something.
4
Hellburbia,
years ago. Oh my
48
gosh.
minutes and 49 seconds. Yep, that's fun. That was an ass load of time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. But yeah, that's back in the good old days when you ran super slow and you had to keep pressing shift to sprint. And you couldn't jump worth a damn either.
Yep.
Oh man, but Final Fantasy 15, I'm going to talk about that for a bit.
Yeah, go right ahead.
So, I'm going to put up a picture of a character. So while I'm talking about it, you guys will know that I'm talking about 15. So that way, in case you don't want spoilers or anything, I'm gonna go into minor spoilers here. So, Final Fantasy 15. I completed it in 33 hours, and the average person, they were saying it was 40 to 50. Nomura was saying, oh yeah, it's got about 100 hours worth of content. But if you just go through the main story, you're looking at about 50 hours. Well, then people were saying, oh, it's 40 hours. Then I completed it in 33. And it was a solid game. I would give it probably an 8.5 out of 10. It was a good story. People were saying that they felt that it was really rushed. I didn't really notice it. I mean, I could see why. There wasn't that typical big bad demon boss fight at the end of a Squeenix game that's normally there. I heard it called Squeenix on the Co-optional podcast, and I absolutely love that. It's perfect. And I've never stopped calling him that since. So, like, when a specific character dies, I won't spoil that one because that was a shock to me. I'm like, damn you, Squeenix, why are you doing this to me? And I'm like, oh, wait. And I texted you what my theory was.
Did your theory come out to be true or no?
No.
Okay.
It was not. They remain dead. And it's like, come on. You're going to do this? It was a very bittersweet ending. And I made a comment in one of my other videos where it's like, there's always that turning point where it seems almost normal for the world that you're in. Like Final Fantasy VIII. You're a group of super soldiers known as Seed, and you do odd jobs for various people around the world and whatnot. No matter what, they pay you, you go help them. So the first one was the Empire, which I think it's the same named Empire in 15, which is hilarious because they pull characters like crazy. There's Biggs and Wedge, who's literally been in all of them, I think, since 7, as far as I know. Probably since 3, because that's where it's like these are specific characters.
Right.
Biggs and Wedge were in 15. I'm like, really? You guys are seriously going to just pull these characters right back in it? And it's great because, like, oh, okay, boss, let's go. It's like crazy sounding American sounding guy, and then it's like really crazy sounding German guy or European guy anyway. And they're like, yeah, we can go do this for him and whatnot. Sure, he's the enemy of the Empire. But then it's like, no, we're going to defect from the Empire and just go about rescuing people. We're going to take the ship, though, too. It's like, all right, that's pretty cool. So, all in all, I had a theory where... And I completely sidetracked my other one. But I had a theory. I'll go about this, and then I'll get back to the part before. Where a character dies in Chapter 9, I want to say. So it's like halfway through the game. Very important character dies. And is killed by the main bad guy. Arden. So my thought was... Hey, we find out... And here's another minor spoiler, but it's more of the lore of the demons, where demons are humans that are infected with this sort of light absorbing miasma that then twist their personality and their looks into hideous creatures. So that's what a demon is in Final Fantasy 15. And I thought about that. I'm like, are they going to bring back that character as a demon and you're going to have to fight them as the final boss? I hope to God it is. Like, Arden would be the step below them. You would kill him. He would be a complete pushover. And then with his dying breath, it's like, remember so-and-so? The one that I killed? They're back. I was hoping. I'm like, please let it happen. Please let it happen. No, they're dangling dead from the chains of the throne room when you walk in there. It goes super metal. This guy's literally sitting... on the throne, and he's backed by the crystal that he stole from you. Side of the wall's blown out where he flew in, and like the corpses of your fallen comrades are hanging from the ceiling. It's like, okay, this is terrifying. And then you go full on basically what I call Super Saiyan God King fight, where you summon up all of your ancestors' weapons. He does the same, and you just go back and forth throughout the city, just causing carnage everywhere. And it's like, that was a damn good fight. That was a pretty sweet ending. I was hoping that there was going to be that little last where he turns into a massive demon, because that's normally what happens. Like in Final Fantasy 13-2, this guy summons up 3 dragons. And so you have to fight him and 3 dragons who are shooting at you from afar. So you have to cast magic at them to try and kill them. But then if one of them stays down for too long, the other 2 will resurrect that one. So you gotta like kill all 3 of them at once and then kill the main guy. This is a total pain in the ass. Final Fantasy VII, Sephiroth turns into like this giant god creature who tries destroying the planet. You kill him, and then you go into the planet itself as a subconscious mind. In a battle of willpower, you then go and fight him with your mind, which takes place as a one-on-one fight. Like, that's pretty sweet. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there wasn't any of that. Like, it had a really cool set and a really cool combat sequence, but other than that, it was a little underwhelming. But if it was just that one-on-one fight, we're on the ground, warping around a little bit, but we're still on the ground.
Yeah.
That would have totally ruined the ending for me. But because we're flying through, we're throwing like 13 weapons at each other at once. They're exploding like a massive missile. It was a pretty good ending. So I would give it a solid 8.5. And then my other mention earlier is there's always a state of normalcy where like with the whole 8 thing, you're a group of mercenaries who go and help out.
So there's like tropes, you mean, kind of
not
thing?
Necessarily tropes where it's like this is normal for this world.
Okay.
Like, yeah, it seems weird. You go and you fight monsters. You fight a giant spider mech in 8.
But everybody's like, that's just normal.
It's normal for the world.
Yeah.
But then things take a sharp turn left, where it's like, no, this is where we go batshit with this story. Where like, oh, look at this, the president's going to go make a giant speech and promote world peace and everything. Oh, he teamed up with a sorceress whose powers control time and trying to destroy the world. I don't think that's right. We might want to try and stop this. And then it just spirals out of control. And there's 2 fan theories with 8 where it's the witch is one of your characters, Renoa, that you find who you're working with. She's Ultimecia, the sorceress, is Renoa from the future, stricken with grief because Squall's dead after Disc 1 when there's 3. So at the end of Disc 1, and this is spoilers ahead, I haven't personally gotten to this part, but I've seen it. Squall gets impaled by Ultimecia, who might be Renoa from the future, who with time powers and stuff. And so the thought is that he wakes up in jail, doesn't know how he gets there, and everything sort of becomes whimsical, where there's this giant floating fortress. Renoa dumps the dick Cypher and goes with you now. And everything sort of takes a turn where it's like he's not such a dick to everyone. Mm-hmm. And everything's fantastic and great.
So he's like Ebenezer Scrooge then at the beginning.
He's a total like loan shark. He's a lone wolf where like he doesn't give a shit about anyone. Mm-hmm. Like very early on, I think it's like before the 3rd boss fight, you go out with your previous instructor and she's like talking about all of her problems and she's like, why won't you talk to me about this? And she's just like, whatever, and just like looks off to the side and then walks away. So it's like, wow, way to be a stoic dick. It's like moody teenagers with social issues. Mm-hmm. The game. That's pretty much what it is.
Social Outcasts, the game. Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's always that twist of insanity where it's just like it's batshit insane. In Final Fantasy VII, you're just a terrorist organization trying to blow up an energy company who's literally killing the planet by sucking its energy out.
Because,
And
capitalism.
sure, so they're trying to destroy these reactors, killing the planet. And you go and you storm the head base, their headquarters. And when you get up to the top floor and you're trying to find the president, he's been brutally murdered. And like the killer's nowhere to be around. And it's like, what's going on here? And it's like, hey, that sword, that's Sephiroth's sword. But he died a long time ago when he found out how he was actually created by this company and burned a whole village to the ground because he was so pissed about it. It's like, okay. And then it's just like, there's a bunch of clones of him that are like all carrying a piece of Genova, which was this calamity that tried destroying the planet, but was destroyed by the life stream. It's like, what? We were just a terrorist organization trying to promote green peace. And now we're saving the planet from this guy who turns into a god and tries to use this planet to go destroy another planet, but he doesn't know which one. In the movie, he's like, Cloud goes to Sephiroth and says, "What do you want?" He's like, "To use this planet as my vessel, as we sail the cosmos, just as my mother did long ago." What? It's that level of insanity. Final Fantasy VI, the crazy ass clown destroys the planet. Literally destroys the planet. Normally it's like, we're fighting to stop this. And it's like, no, we're going to do it anyway. Mm-hmm. Dead. Not dead, because like it continues on, and I think there's like some time travel powers. I've not played that one, but that's like on my next list to play. Mm-hmm. And then take 15, for example. You're just, 4 guys in a car are going on a road trip to meet one guy's future wife. Oh, but wait, the King of Darkness from like thousands of years ago shows up, throws the world into darkness, summons demons up, and you gotta go become the King of Light. Like, yeah, no, that's pretty insane. It's like
that's normal.
You fight gods.
That kind of stuff happens every day.
It's like, oh my god.
When you play games, yeah, that kind of stuff happens every day.
So sitting through Final Fantasy VIII, I'm like, when's it gonna happen? It's just gonna take that sharp turn. When's it gonna happen? And then Ultimecia shows up, and I'm like, here it is. This is where it begins. And then 20 hours later, that ending plays, and you're sitting in the corner crying like a little bitch. Because that's what that ending was. It was so bittersweet. I'm like, seriously? You're gonna end it like this, Nomura? Okay, fine. I'm gonna go sit in that corner and cry now because it was super depressing. And it's like, yeah, it's one of those endings.
Until the DLC comes out and changes the complete ending of the game.
In all honesty, as much as like it irked me, where I'm like, I don't like this ending, I'm perfectly okay with it because it makes sense with the story and whatnot, and it flows well.
So is that what we're gonna do with our book then? We're just gonna piss everybody off at the end?
Oh no, we're gonna go full power fantasy here, where it's like, yeah, this is how it's gonna run. Mm-hmm. But I think that's enough for Final Fantasy talk. Yeah. We are gonna take a break real quick. So
sounds good.
We'll be right back. All right, we're back.
Yes. Okay, so since Marshall had a long monologue there, it's time for me to monologue a little bit. No, not really. But so we were just talking about here at my apartment. It's rather dark actually because there's not too many light fixtures. There's one in the kitchen, one above the dining room table,
One in the hallway.
One in the hallway, and that's it. You have to supply everything else yourself. So when you turn everything off, it gets really dark. And what's interesting is that sometimes it actually gets kind of a little bit unsettling. I'm not one who's like afraid of the dark to like the point of like where, oh man, I just can't do anything, because I've done shenanigans like sneaking into your backyard, crawling on my stomach through the wet grass in the middle of the pitch black, hiding myself out in a little toy house. And
Oh, by the way, that's on Twitter.
what is that
toy
story?
house, yeah.
The story or just the toy house? Oh, there you go. Yeah,
Toy
it is
house.
on there. Is
Ter-
that the one with me in it,
Yep.
though?
Yep.
Okay.
Terpez said that he wants to know how many rooms you got there and how spacious it is.
Over here?
Yep.
At the apartment?
No, in the
Oh,
house.
in the house. Okay, I was going to say, what? That's a little creepy. Yeah. Okay.
It was real quick. Nice house. How many rooms you got there?
Okay, all right. But anyway, so yeah, so I mean, I've never been like too much of a, oh man, the dark is unsettling here, but it kind of gets a little unsettling here at night because
You get a sense of foreboding. Did I already say that?
No, but
Okay, I said it in
but
my head then.
here's the thing, like, has this ever happened to you? Okay, so you say like you take a nap and you sleep too long,
Sure.
and then you wake up and it's like 11 p.m. and it's like, dang, I'm not tired now.
Yeah.
So you stay up till like 4 in the morning and you're just like watching YouTube videos on your phone or something.
Take like a 2-hour nap.
You're done.
6 o'clock.
You start to fall asleep, but you have a hard time falling asleep. So you're falling asleep and you're starting to get into that like sleep phase where you're getting into like the dream phase,
Yeah.
but you're not completely there yet, and you feel like you hear something and you want to move and see what it is. But I think like your body actually puts you into like a temporary paralysis.
Oh.
So you wake up and you literally cannot move. And I've had this happen to me a couple times here where I just like, I try to wake up and I'm just frozen, can't move, and I have this feeling like... All right, you have to show that picture.
I'm putting this up.
Yeah, you have to show that picture. But anyway, so like for me, I have these closets across from me, and I don't have that lurking in the closet, but like for whatever reason, I felt like I left them open, which is kind of bothers me because I'm like, I have, tiny case of OCD where I have to have things, shut and everything, right? So I'm like, oh gosh, I left the closets open. And then like, I like tried to get up and I couldn't because I was completely frozen. And then I felt like I heard like the door kind of creaking a little bit or something, and then I like heard like a really loud breeze and almost felt like something was like flapping on top of me, and then finally I broke out of it, woke up, I sit up, the closets are closed. They were not open. They were, and like I could have swore because I had my eyes open and I saw that they were closed, and then when I finally was able to move again, or I saw that they were open with my eyes while I was like in that sleep paralysis. I get up, no, they're closed. The door is closed. Nothing. I thought the door was open. I'm like, oh, dang it, I left everything open. That's going to bother me. I'm not going to be able to sleep. Nope. I finally get up out of it. Everything's fine. And I've had that happen a couple times here now, where it's just like... Okay, but seriously though, have you ever had this happen to you though? Because it's the absolute worst feeling because you can't freaking move.
Personally, no. I have not had
Okay, I
sleep
have
paralysis.
this. I have this happen to me like once every couple months.
This is like a fairly freakish phenomenon that happens to people.
Like me,
And
it happens to me.
Like people who have that happen to them believe strongly that it was either like a ghost or a demon or aliens, and like that situation.
I'm not that crazy where
right.
I know it's just like
people go nuts with this.
Yeah.
Like they wholeheartedly, whole nine believe
they were possessed or something.
That too.
Yeah.
Like I honestly want to say there's like a whole subreddit of like sleep paralysis victims, if you want to do the whole air quotes right there.
Yeah.
Where people who suffer from sleep paralysis, they're taken in by someone and they say, okay, draw your experience, and they'll draw it out, and it's like this horrifying face. I think Insidious, the movie, had that
Okay.
in it.
And that was like the premise of it.
Yeah, and it was like this horrifying red-faced demon thing that was like stalking the kid, but that actually turned out to be like actually happening.
Yeah,
like he was,
of course, because it's the movie and they gotta make it interesting.
Astral projectionist, and like.
But seriously, it's so annoying. When it happens to me though, it doesn't happen. It almost never happens when I'm actually like sleeping. It's just as I'm like on that border between awake and asleep, and I think I've like forgot something.
Yeah.
And I want to get up, or I'm like, oh, I left the freaking closets open. When actually they're closed, but for some reason I think they're open. I think it's because like my eyes are not adjusted to the dark well.
Your body's shut down.
Yeah, your body's shut down, but your mind is still awake.
It thinks you're awake.
Yeah.
I think that might be what it is.
It's something like that. Your body's shut down to go to sleep, but your mind is still awake. So you like literally like the best way I can describe it is you feel like your brain is like sending a command to your body to move, and it's not responding. I feel like sit up. And I'll be thinking, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't move. I'm trying to sit up right now, and I'm just stuck. And then finally, it just releases, and I sit up and everything. I'm like, whoa, okay, that was freaky. And I'm like, oh, look, everything's closed. I was completely imagining that. That was just me drifting off. I've had it, though, where I've had it, like, I felt like I heard somebody say something to me and everything.
Yeah.
And it's just like I imagine hearing...
It's really terrifying.
Or I'll have it where I thought I heard my phone... go, and sometimes actually my phone did, like, it'd be like one of you guys texting me at 3 in the morning, and it'll actually like cause me to have like a sleep paralysis, because I'll be like, I'll hear it or something, but it's really, it's
terrifying when people describe it, like,
it's really, okay, so
it's never happened to me.
You should be thankful it hasn't happened to you, because it's just like, once you get over it, it's like, okay, whatever, and then you go back to sleep and you're fine, but like just experiencing that for like a solid 30 seconds, you can't freaking move.
Yeah, it never lasts very long, but it feels like it does.
It feels like it goes on forever. You can't even talk. Like, I've literally had times where I've actually tried to yell for help.
Yep, that's
and I can't even do it. I can't even talk. I'm just like, I can't even move my lips, nothing. I'm just like completely just frozen. It's terrible. I hate it.
It's super bizarre.
It happens to me, though. It only happens, though, usually, again, if I stay up late and I'm just like kind of drifting off, it'll happen to me. If I actually go to bed on time and everything, no problems. But it's like kind of after that, it's just, I've had it happen here at this place though, like several times, like so annoying.
I couldn't do it.
And especially if there's no one around too.
Especially if like that's happening to me and I'm like living on my own, I'm like, I think it's time to get out of here. I need to be around people so I don't die from insanity.
Yeah.
But speaking of dreams, have you ever had a dream where you're either being chased or you're chasing someone or you're fighting someone?
All the time.
But you're like moving in slow motion, like in molasses?
No, that doesn't happen to me.
Like that happens to me. Like when I get control of my dreams, where it's like, oh, I'm dreaming right now. Like I had one.
Dude. Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Okay, so in my dreaming with like things like that, I've been shot beat up, stabbed so many times. I had like one where like some guy was like attacking me and shot me in the neck like 3 times, and I rolled over and shot him, and I was fine. It put a hole in my neck, and I was fine. And I shot back. I've had ones where I've like beat up people, and it's usually after playing like if I play like a full night of like Battlefield 4. I will almost invariably have like a dream where I like snipe someone or something like that. Because
when I was younger,
my mind's still thinking about that. I
was told that I had to stop playing games at like 8 if I stayed over at my grandparents' house.
Yeah,
because it was Call of Duty. So it's a lot of
exactly.
Why didn't you shoot him? Okay. What?
You would yell that out.
Oh, I would scream in my sleep. But speaking of dreams.
What? You got
I
something
had
on your
2
list?
last night. Yes.
Okay.
I got something on my list.
We'll go segue into those then.
I'm going to go for the less crazy one.
All right.
Right now.
And then it's gonna pull a Final Fantasy and just go completely off the wall.
Kind
of left field.
So for whatever reason, I was thinking of the game Watch Dogs, which is basically
the hacker game.
Yeah, the hacker game mixed with Grand Theft Auto. So for whatever reason, I was in that world, and I'm like, I want to go steal a car. So I walked out in the middle of the street, car slams on its brakes, almost hits me. I look at the lady, I'm like, give me your car. And she goes, oh no, I'm not doing this today. Pulls out a gun and shoots herself. Like, what? Oh, sweet, free car. Hopped in the car, I look over and it's like,
dude. Got
an AK-47 sitting in the seat. I'm like, let's have some fun. Go flying down the road at 90 miles an hour, like holding the AK out, like it's still in the car, not out the window, but like behind myself, being like, yeah, rampage, let's do this, going nuts. And I'm like, I probably shouldn't be doing this, but it's fun. I'm like, wait a minute, that was all a dream. Okay, that's cool. I woke up, and then I stayed up for like an hour, and then I went back to sleep. And then the insane one happens. So
I don't know, that one sounded pretty insane.
This one's just goofy and weird, more so, but it's insane to me. So we have a mutual friend who's in the Marines, Dan.
Yep.
He's actually coming back.
He is.
He's
him and I
already
are
back.
He is awesome. Him and I are supposed to go to the shooting range, and he's supposed to embarrass me.
Yeah, I want to go with you.
That was supposed to be the plan, because we have that 45.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about those. But yeah, I might have my grandfather take me up there.
Okay.
Because he's got a bunch of guns too.
Yeah.
But so he was back, and he's like, hey guys, I bought you all a present. Tickets to RTX for the Rooster Teeth Expo.
Okay.
I'm like, sweet, thanks. So we all went to the Rooster Teeth Expo. And
even though I don't watch Rooster Teeth at all.
Anymore. Didn't you watch a lot of Red vs. Blue?
I watched like 100 episodes of it, and
That's still a decent amount.
Gave up on it.
Right. So we're all sitting there at RTX, and he's like, all right, I know I said this was the main present. No, this isn't it. I just needed an excuse to do this. Here's the main present. What does he take out? Just take a guess.
He takes out My Little Pony stuff.
No. He takes out a shitload of cocaine. We're sitting at like those 8-foot long folding tables. Throws a line end to end and just snorts it all up. And he's like, you guys gonna join me? Come on, guys. So we spent the rest of the dream all doing cocaine.
I hope I didn't do any.
I think you left. You're like, nope. No one walked out. The rest of us were just doing cocaine in the middle of RTX, and then we're like, let's go watch the new Ruby episode.
And then you woke up and there was a tiger in your bathroom.
I woke up and I'm like, what the shit was that?
That is
shit. I gotta go to work.
Where did that come from?
I don't know, but Dan bought us all tickets to RTX, and we did a shitload of coke.
And no, he doesn't do that
in
real life.
No.
Not at all.
100%
That's so not him
hallucination.
at all. Yeah, that's so weird. Like,
he's actually surprisingly against drugs, even though he drinks a lot and smokes a lot.
wasn't he really big into cigar? You went to that cigar lounge to him all the time.
I'm gonna try and get him to go there.
I refused to go mainly because I was still living at home with my family, and I knew that I would never hear the end of it if my clothes smelled like smoke. And I'm like, nope, I ain't going.
Oh yeah, I get it. I mean, I used my work clothes whenever I went there,
Yeah,
so they
exactly.
still smelled like ass one way or the other.
Right.
But so after I woke up and had that fever dream of whatever the hell that
I
was,
don't even know what to say about that.
I told Chrissy and she just started laughing. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So
At least you didn't have sleep paralysis while you were high.
Yeah, oh god.
Then you would be stuck and you would never be able to leave.
So that's what woke me up this morning, and I woke up super late. And we got snow last night, a little bit.
Maybe that's where it came from, all the snow. It's white.
Probably Snowflame, too. That super villain that I told you about. Quick. Alright, I'm finding a picture, but quick sidetrack.
Another sidetrack.
Snowflame. Back in the 80s.
DC Comics, right?
Yep, DC came up with... DC came up with this... Oh, God, no. No, you did not. DC came up with a... Oh, God, it's so messed up. Like a way to... Sorry. With like a way to combat drugs, violence, racism, stuff like that. So their solution was Snowflame. Now, Snowflame is a unique supervillain. And just reading off of this little tidbit here, it is, I am Snowflame. Every cell of my being burns with white-hot ecstasy. Cocaine is my god, and I am the human instrument of its will. He powers up by doing cocaine. And not just
He's wearing it almost looks like a Santa outfit.
It does. And it's not just like a line of coke that he does and he gets superpowered. No, he grabs 2 giant fistfuls, shoves it in his face, and just... And that's how he gets his powers.
So he's like Popeye with spinach, basically.
Yeah. And the other one is called the Hemogoblin. A white supremacist vampire who drinks AIDS-infested blood and only bites black people.
That's terrible. Like, what were they thinking?
I have no clue.
They must have been on drugs or something. That's ridiculous.
It was the 80s.
It was the 80s.
After
80s
the 70s.
Was a weird time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I wasn't around back then. But.
Oh my god. I read that while I was on lunch at work, and I was laughing so hard. Greg came over and he's like, "What's so funny?" I'm like, "Oh, nothing. I just found a supervillain that's powered by cocaine."
Yeah, that's like...
Oh, it's so ridiculous.
Don't even know what to say to that.
It's so ridiculous. So, so glad I was able to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, after that dream, I got up late for work today.
Oh boy.
It doesn't matter. Saturdays are like, come in, put your time in. You know, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's all overtime. That's all it is. So in reality, it's like, all right, you came in late. We're just not going to pay you time and a half. We're not going to pay you at all. So you get whatever you get. So you're only...
I hope you get paid something.
Yeah, you get paid, but you're not necessarily hurting your reputation at the company. You're just hurting your next paycheck.
Yeah.
That's it. So you're not going to get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
So we had all agreed to meet up at 6. And there was 3 of us going in. It was me, James, and Dave. Dave was the only one with the key. So we were all supposed to get up early and meet up there at 6, work until about noon. That would have been 6 hours. Because we've got a lot of little shit going on right now where it's just like, it's not a massive order. It's just a bunch of little orders. Like under 1,000 pounds at like 1 or 2 coils. And maybe only like 1 order at like 19 coils.
Right.
It's just a royal pain in the ass, and it's stupid shit. It's stupid little shit. Where it just stacks up, and it's like, we can't get through it enough. It's like, all right, that's annoying, but whatever. We got through a lot of it today. So, I woke up at 7 on the dot. I'm like, uh-oh. Well, they're probably already there. James probably had to drive the high-low and load everything up, so he's probably pissed off at me. I checked my phone, like, as I'm getting ready, and James had just texted me, and he's like, hey, I got to go pick up David, so if you get here and no one's here, don't freak out or anything. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Is that when you recorded that video?
No, that was when I left.
Oh. Okay.
Actually, because I forgot my keys.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, yeah, I'm going to put that up because, like, it's a solid horror type setting.
Except there's no jump scares in it,
No,
though.
no jump scares. No jump scares.
There should be. You should, like, edit that in at some point.
You know what? I'm
Just,
going to
like,
try to.
You should, like, you know, like, that's in that movie that we talked about last week, Fight Club, where they slip in like one frame or something. You should put like a Cthulhu or something for like one frame in there and see if like somebody catches onto that or something.
I probably
or
could.
That terrifying picture of the sleep paralysis or something.
Yeah.
Just like it just like flashes in there randomly.
Yup.
And then
I might do
or
that.
Slender Man or something. That's kind of what it reminded me of a little bit. That video.
It's a very creepy place when you're all alone. Like it's
I won't be
eerie.
taking any naps there because I don't want to get any sleep paralysis in that place.
Nope, you will die. But so I got there. I had to take Jackson over to my grandparents' house, but I got there and it was about 8 o'clock. 8:11 specifically when I clocked in. They were already there since like 7:40. So James is super pissed and he's like, yeah, I don't know what happened. Something's up with David's car and he couldn't get here in time. He sat there for like an hour and a half alone. And he was there at 6. So he left at 7:30 and like 7:15 or whatever and got back at like 7:45.
Yeah.
Because he had to go pick him up. So we get through this. We go through all of this. Turns out I screwed up on a coil and that I almost sent out when it needed to be like still ran. Just 1 out of like 4. And I just completely missed it. So it's like, all right, whatever. So Monday we got to do that. But it goes through. Everything's somewhat normal until I'm counting up a bunch of stuff. And then it's like, wait a minute. What the hell's that? And I look over, and our ceiling's leaking. And so far, it was only in that one spot, but it was like, hey, guys, the ceiling's leaking. James looks over, and he's like, what the shit? And he's looking up, and it's like, there's this area that's supposed to be like a skylight almost, but it's not. It's just sheet metal over it. I mean, it's not sheet metal. It's like roof metal that's over it, but it's leaking like badly. It's been leaking since like last night. So we went around, we went outside, we cleared out the pipes, which were frozen solid. And so we cleared those out. It started draining, and it's like, well, hopefully that stops it. And so we went back inside, did some stuff, finished it up. And as we were leaving, I went and looked at it again. It's like, that's getting worse. And it was like starting to spread out. So I had to grab a couple of the coils and move them off to the side that I had literally just sat there like 2 hours beforehand. So it's like, that's getting worse. And then it started rooftop shopping cart. What up, Terpays? Welcome. You caught us near the end here.
Yeah. Might be a slightly shorter broadcast tonight.
Yeah, we got recording to do. But yeah. So woke up late, got there at a slightly normal time because someone who forgot the keys. No, someone wasn't there who had the keys. We had no way of getting in. Got there at a normal time. Worked a little late, and then roof started leaking. So I hope I go into a complete shop on Monday. We were trying to get a hold of our supervisors, but they weren't answering. Because, I mean, it's a Saturday.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, who would?
Right.
But, yeah, so.
So, you said that you were talking with your friend about some stuff.
Oh, right. So.
Or not your friend, your coworker.
Yeah, that's a rough patch.
Yeah.
You missed a lot of stuff, Terpes, but I mean, you missed me rant about Final Fantasy for a solid half hour?
Yeah.
Maybe a bit more.
You missed me explaining the terrors of sleep paralysis, which I get every once in a while. But yeah, so you were talking.
So we took a quick break while we were working, and we started talking about games. And so it's like, oh, what did you do last night? I'm like, I stayed up way too late and played Final Fantasy 15. And he's like, as you do. I'm like, yeah, I finally beat it. So yeah, that's a cool thing. And there's a funny glitch that I want to talk about, and I will get to it right before you go.
Okay.
But so we were talking, and he mentioned something about he mentioned something about playing Skyrim, and I'm like, did I ever tell you what Chrissy and my friend did in Skyrim? It's like the whole 3,000 overweight burden that Chrissy had. But then I mentioned to him your story that you get to explain.
Yes.
But the glitch was, apparently in Final Fantasy 15, the textures don't render in, so it makes the ocean either a pitch black abyss or blood red.
Okay.
And that is the funniest thing to me about that game.
Yeah.
Like, I saw a video of it. This guy literally is just like walking around. It's this nice, beautiful resort beach area.
And it's just like a red ocean.
Red ocean. It's like, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
your amazing Skyrim story, which I absolutely love.
Yes. So we were talking earlier. That was another thing we were talking about earlier. We talked about the game Dragon Fin Soup. But Skyrim came up, and of course, because I played that game a ton, and that game is full of glitches, many of them extremely amusing, actually. And the greatest one that I ever had happen to me is what I've dubbed the Battle of Riften. So, if you haven't played the game, Riften's a city in the very southeast corner of the map. And it's the home of the Thieves Guild and everything. So, I'm playing my thief character, and what you can do in the game is you can ask NPCs to train you in a skill, you pay them, and then your level goes up in that particular skill. Well, the money that you pay them goes into their pocket. So, as a thief, I'm like, okay, I'll just abuse the system. I'll pay the guy, get my level up, and then go pickpocket my money back. So, I go to do that, and I have a kind of a small % chance of succeeding. I'm like, I'm a riverboat gambler. I'm going to go ahead and attempt this. So I try it. I failed. And not surprisingly, this blacksmith gets pissed off, pulls his knife out, starts attacking me. However, this is where things started getting really strange. He starts attacking me, but because I was completely hidden, nobody saw me attempting this crime of pickpocketing except for the guy that I failed it on. So in the game, when he started attacking me, it registered him as being hostile towards me, which in return, or in turn, caused the other NPCs in the city to target this blacksmith character, because he's seen now in their game logic, their view as an aggressor towards me, and their natural inclination is go help this innocent guy, air quotes, innocent guy. So the villagers come up and they go in and they kill the blacksmith. I'm trying to run away. They go up and kill him. The guards get pissed off about this, and so the guards pull out their weapons and start slaughtering the citizens of the city. They also start attacking me because I had a bounty, so the guards knew that I was guilty. So the guards come in, they wipe out all the citizens of the city, and then it's just me. So what do? I do the only thing I can do. I summon a storm atronach, I call in a dragon, and I battle...
I forgot about the dragon.
Yep, I called in the dragon with the call dragon shout. I summon Storm Atronach, I pull out my weapons, and I just go to town on these guards, fighting them, wipe out every single guard. By the time this all ended, like, several minutes had gone by in, like, real life playing this, and it was eerily silent in the town of Riften. Just everybody was just lying dead, basically. Just completely... The whole place was dead, quiet. All the guards were gone. All the citizens were done. I think maybe the people, like the Jarl, were technically still alive because they were like... that would have been hilarious if...
The Jarl just comes running out and is like, "Stop there, thief! Guards! Guards! Townspeople? The hell happened? Okay, well, I'm gonna chase you now. Why is there a dragon in my town?"
Then the dragon comes in, like, breathes fire on the Jarl. No, that didn't actually happen. But I'm just saying, it was the funniest glitch I've ever had. I call it the Battle of Riften, because it was great. I fail a pickpocket. The guy I try to pickpocket attacks me. The villagers perceive him as the aggressor. Kill him. The guards kill all the villagers for killing that guy. Come after me. I wipe everyone out. Just gone.
That's some super metal there.
Yeah, I had to reload the game because I didn't want to leave it like that, because that would have like ruined the game with so many quests and everything.
And that was like confidence as a glitch.
Yeah, oh yeah, because I saved the save file. And, like, months later, I tried to make it happen again, and it never happened again.
They might have patched it out.
They either patched it out, or it was just a freak glitch that happened that was, like, all of the conditions were just perfect to make that happen somehow.
That's like,
I've also had the one other one, real quick.
Go ahead.
Do you remember the infinite sprinting glitch? With the torch.
I know about that one.
Yeah.
I also had the whirlwind sprint that like lasted 10 seconds.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
That was on Chrissy's character.
Yeah,
too.
so there's a glitch where I don't know if they patched this out, but if you equipped a torch and you like very rapidly clicked the sprint button just as your stamina expired, you would sprint infinitely.
Right.
So as long as you held the sprinting button, so your stamina bar would be empty and flashing and everything, and you'd still be like cruising along. So what I did was I pulled out a bow, shot a giant. Giant comes chasing after me. I initiate the glitch. I'm a Stormcloak. I run into an Imperial-held fort with the giant coming in behind me. The Imperials get pissed off about this, start attacking me. One of their arrows hits the giant, which makes the giant pissed off at them. I sprint out, okay, and I turn around, and one at a time, I just see Imperial soldiers flying.
Moon launch.
Yeah, I just see one Imperial soldier after another flying up to the moon.
Oh my god!
It was like a cartoon, because I'm on the outside of the. I'm like on the lower part of the hill, and the fort's up on the hill, and I just see like a bunch of rag dolls.
They come down eventually, right?
They do eventually come down.
It's a long ass time, though.
Yeah. So this giant, one by one, just launched every single Imperial soldier up into the air. You just see them flying up over the walls.
I want to imagine.
It was so funny. I can't even talk right now. It was.
If you stand there long enough, just bodies start raining down from the sky.
I should have done that.
It's like, well, here's the apocalypse.
It was true beauty at its finest in that game. But I know they come back down because I had Lydia the first time I ever played, and I attacked the giant, and the giant attacked Lydia, launched her up in the sky. I'm like, oh, I gotta get the end of Lydia. She's gone. She got sent to the moon.
You walk around.
I go traveling for like 5 minutes. Okay, I'm just like, all right, well, I'm just gonna go explore.
Would have been hilarious.
Just 5 minutes, okay? And then, like, at one point, I just stop. I'm like, do I hear walking behind me? Turn around. She's just standing there.
No, what the
fuck? She's like stretching out her arms and everything, and just kind of sitting there, like
chilled back.
Chilled back, just looking at it. I'm like, wait a minute. I saw you go to the moon. How did you come back?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
So, I have 2 glitches, and this is probably going to wrap on this episode. Yes. But the whirlwind sprint was level 2. I don't remember how it happened, just total fluke. But it was while Chrissy was over encumbered with that 3,000-pound character. And
wasn't it the only way you could get back to the town was to use that shout?
Yeah, effectively. So, what happens was I'm using this sprint, and it's like a good distance, like 100 or so feet. It's like, all right, that's 100 feet. I don't have to walk anymore. Wait for cooldowns. Mm-hmm. You go to use it one time, and like right in the middle, and it's like, whatever the shout, and it just goes and goes and doesn't stop, and just, I'm like, what the shit? Just running, full speed sprint.
You're like Flash.
It literally was. It was like just running, and by the time like I held that sucker down for like 10, 15 seconds, covered so much distance, by the time I let go, I'm like, whoa, where am I? Shit, there's 2 bears. I ran into bears. And I couldn't get away from them.
And you were level 2?
No.
Oh.
No, the level 2
was
sprint.
Level 2.
Yeah,
okay.
the level 2 shout.
I was going to say, the bears would kill you in like one hit.
So it's like, well, sorry, Chrissy. You gotta do this all over again. I ain't doing this shit again. No way. So that happened. And then the other glitch, we're going back to 15. Mm-hmm.
By the way, that's hilarious, that ocean.
That's terrifying. It's like, honest to God, waves that look eerily like blood. I'm like, that's really unsettling.
And it's a nice, beautiful beach and everything.
Totally fine. That place is amazing looking.
It's like Jaws went on a rampage and was like attacking a bunch of people.
Total blood ocean. I'm like,
that'd be funny if there's like somebody modded that, so like when that happens, there's like a shark fin going around.
But yeah, and then there's like another one where it just turns it pitch black abyss. Because I heard that from one of the streamers. She was talking like, wow, I'm surprised anyone can fish in this, such a dark water. And her boyfriend walks over and is like, what do you mean dark water? It's not supposed to look like that. Your graphics are fucked up. And then just like walks away. Sharknado, god damn it.
There's a Skyrim like mod where you can make things giant.
Yeah.
So like the piranhas or what, like the slaughter fish.
Yeah, the slaughter fish.
I've seen that where like somebody made it.
I hate those things.
So it's giant though. So like you just look and you just see this giant fin swimming around
nope.
in the lake.
Nope, but it's still got the tiny little hitbox of that slaughterfish, probably.
Yeah, it probably does, but the thing is...
That sucks.
Oh my gosh, that'd be terrifying.
But so the last thing here is it was most definitely a glitch, but it was with one of the characters in Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
He loses his sight and, like, stumbles around like a true blind person, obviously.
Yeah.
He turns into Daredevil later on, which is really funny.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, he like walks really slow, and you need him for a specific part in this quest that you're doing, like directly after he loses his vision. It's like, all right, Ignis, where are you? Whatnot, and you're waiting, and it's like, Ignis, where are you? Walk back up to the campsite where we were. Go looking for this stupid bastard. He's sitting on the other side of the entrance, walking into a fence in a circle. I'm like, Ignis, you blind bastard, get over here. And I'm just sitting there, and he's still just like, walking
you
back
gotta love
and forth.
Terrible pathfinding.
I'm like,
of our
what?
AI, yeah. Oh man.
I'm like, are you done? So I walk up to him. One of the other characters like walks over to him and like guides him along, because that's what they actually do in their walking animation.
Yeah.
But it was like, no, you're walking into a fence. Come this way. Like,
in old games, you'd have to like
this is super comedy.
sprint into them, because then it would like the collision detection would like push them out of the way.
Yeah, and then it would
thing.
finally unlatch
Except like
them
I
from
think
the
in
wall.
Skyrim you can't do that. So like there's that glitch where if you go in that one room in the one house, Lydia will like stand in the doorway, and you have to reload the game because you can't get past her unless you want to.
That happened to me.
Or something.
I'm like, Lydia, move! Lydia, move! Lydia, get your ass out of the way!
There's like
I like almost threw my controller.
That video, 100 Ways to Die in Skyrim
He
has
gets
that.
trapped.
He gets trapped and there's like a spider on the bed, and he's like, "Oh gosh, please move, move!" And he's just like trapped in there. Yeah. So what's the moral of the story? The moral of the story is glitches are hilarious, and you should.
Also, really terrible too.
Yes, they are. They can either be very annoying or so funny that you can barely contain yourself.
Like, I laughed a bit at the whole Ignis one, but then I'm like, alright, this is just stupid.
Yeah, it's funny for like the first 5 seconds, and then you realize that it's completely stopping you from playing.
Yep. Ocean of Blood, totally hilarious.
Yeah.
I would hope that just constantly
Character
happens.
stuck on an invisible wall,
Nope.
painfully annoying.
Yep. Especially because later on in that game, you have to get on a boat and go to an island.
Mm-hmm.
So I would hope that glitch sticks to that far into the story, where you're literally just sloshing through an ocean of blood. Wow, this is super terrifying, but that is really funny.
Yep.
Anyway, folks, it's been fun. Thanks, Serpace, for joining in, albeit a little bit late, but you know.
The video should be fully uploaded and everything shortly. So whenever you get a chance, you can watch it.
No technical difficulties, issues.
I hope not.
This week.
We're assuming that our voices sound, at a good volume right now, and
I mean, I could literally just do this right now.
It's okay. No, we're good. I think we're fine.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
I want to do this.
Okay. Feedback.
We sound perfectly fine.
Okay. Excellent.
Got out at 10 and then had a shower and stuff. Yeah.
That's good. But yeah, so episode 8, Disney hasn't named the episode yet. That's right. Our Star Wars running gag has finally come to an end here.
We might be going to see Rogue One tomorrow. I know I am. I don't know about you, but I know that you're going back to the house.
Yeah,
and
so
we're going over by the 15 and Van Dyke one. If you're over that early.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably not. I don't know the timing. Probably not.
But yeah, so next week we can bring some Star Wars news, because I hear that movie's actually really great. So, yeah. But, rip Star Wars.
Well, at least the gag on our show.
Oh, yeah, I know.
The Star Wars gag. But, yeah, anyway.
It's been fun.
Oh, one other thing, real quick.
What have we got coming up on the channel?
Today is the 1-year anniversary of Games Lost to the Ages. So, I posted a video of that. And I also revealed my big project for next year in that video as well. So be sure to check that out. As far as the actual game series go, we're recording Secret Weapons over Normandy right now. It's still in the works, and more videos coming out.
Yay. Should move on to naming episodes after something else. See, if I had the rain, it would just be those rains. It would just be like anime names. Well, no. But yep, we got excuse me. We got Twitter going on. I've been posting. It seems that you've been posting a lot too.
On Twitter?
Yeah.
No. I've never logged on to our Twitter before.
How the hell did these come out?
That is an automatically generated tweet because I did not tweet those. That's clearly automatic.
I didn't set that up though.
Well, it's automatically doing it. Yeah, because look, they're exactly the same wording every single time. Heck, you can take those down if you want. That's kind of annoying that all of those popped up. Oh, that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jacob went on to say like the two weirdest things have happened to me in Toys R Us. One, I found that Bootio's picture, and two, your son said hi to me.
Yeah.
But so you've got Games Lost to the Ages. You've announced that super secret project. I have couple puzzles where me and Chrissy play puzzle games. So episode 3 came out today, and I'm still doing Final Fantasy VIII. So hopefully that continues. I'm probably, after I leave here from recording Secret Weapons, I'm probably going home and we're probably going to finish up Maze and record the rest of that. So I'll have that coming out for over the course of the rest of the week. And then I'll have Final Fantasy VIII coming out. And then we'll probably be back next Friday. Because Christmas Eve is on Saturday.
Right.
I don't think people want us to live stream on Christmas Eve.
I'll probably be at a relative's place anyway.
Probably.
So.
But, yep. So, next Friday, expect us sometime after 9. I'll post the whole schedule before I leave for work on Friday. So, until next time, I'm your host, Marsh.
And I'm Blitz. Take care now.
Bye, folks.